So today I am having another one of those chilled out days. As you can see, I am in my favorite hoodie, once again, my I Heart Nerds hoodie, and I just have a lot of studying to do today. This is kind of like the I'm spending the whole day studying sweatshirt for me. Whenever I'm wearing this hoodie, I tend to just do nothing but homework all day long, so yeah, I decided that before I jump into the abyss of studying that I have to do, I would just do this tag video because I saw Fleur do this tag on her vlog channel, so I thought the questions were fun, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into them. So, question number 1, what do you order at Starbucks? Well, it depends where I am. If I happen to be in London, I will order a hazelnut hot chocolate because they have hazelnut hot chocolate on their menu there. And I've noticed that when I try to order hot chocolate here in the States and I ask them to put hazelnut flavoring in it, they're a little bit hesitant to do so. They're a little bit grumpy about it and they don't really want to add hazelnut flavoring in for some reason. So I've just learned not to ask anymore. So I order hazelnut hot chocolate in London, and recently when I was in London with Fleur, she introduced me to a soy chai latte. Oh my gosh, so good. So now I will order that, and then I will also order a vanilla cream frappuccino or a passion tea because I don't like coffee, so if I go to Starbucks, I will basically drink anything that isn't coffee. Question number 2, what's one thing in your closet that you cannot live without? Scarves. I have a ton of scarves, and I've actually been thinking of doing like a scarf collection video. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, but I think it would be kind of fun to do, to see all of my scarves. I have so many scarves. They are just like my favorite accessory. I have no idea why, but I've just accumulated like a ton of scarves over the years. Question number 3, what's one thing that most people probably wouldn't know about you? Well, I'm pretty sure that no one knows this because I don't think I've ever mentioned this in a video before. I'm pretty sure I haven't mentioned this before, but I have synesthesia, and that is a neurological condition. It's not anything deadly or anything like that. I'm actually going to pull up a definition of it here on the internet, so it'll be a little bit more accurate for you guys. It says that it is a neurologically based condition in which stimulation of one sensory or cognitive pathway leads to automatic involuntary experiences in a second sensory or cognitive pathway. So basically that means, for example, if I see something, that will trigger another sensory reaction. One example for me is when I see numbers. Each number has a different color in my mind. So if I see like the number 1 is red in my mind. And same thing with days of the week. Each day of the week has a different color. Each month of the year has a different color. And as far as months of the year go, this is also another thing that relates to synesthesia. When I visualize months of the year in my head, it's not like a timeline. I visualize months of the year within a loop, but each month does not take up the same amount of space. So, for example, summer months take up a lot more space in that loop than like September through December. So September through December is a really small space on that loop, but summer, like starting with June to August, that is a really big chunk. I know it sounds really, really strange, and I will actually put a link down below to the Wikipedia entry on synesthesia so you guys can kind of get a better idea of it, but there are varying degrees of synesthesia, and a lot of people actually have it and they have no idea. I didn't know that I had it until my freshman year in college when I was taking a philosophy class, and my professor brought this up, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that that was actually like a neurological condition. I thought everybody visualized things this way. I actually want to read some books on synesthesia. I've been trying to find some that I'd be interested in because it's really, really fascinating, and people have varying degrees of synesthesia. So yeah, I just think that it's an interesting condition. So again, the link will be down below if you guys want to read more about it. Question number 4, name one thing that you want to do before you die. Well, I'm going to name more than one thing because a few things actually pop into my head. Number 1, to write a book and get it published. I'm not sure what I would write about. I have a few ideas in my head, but to write a book, finish it, and get it published would be a dream come true for me because I love writing and I love reading. And then I also want to do a lot more traveling because, as you guys know, I love traveling, and I still need to go all over Asia. I've only been to Thailand, so I have a lot to cover in Asia. I still have a few more places in Europe that I would like to go to that I've never visited, and I've never been to South America, so I would love to do that. And then last, I would love to be a mom someday. Definitely not right now. I'm definitely not ready for kids right now, but sometime in the future I would love to be a mom, and it really doesn't matter to me if my child or children are biological or adopted or a mixture of both. I just really want to be a mom. Question number 5, what's one food that you cannot live without? Oh, this is hard. Okay, sushi, anything sweet because I love dessert, and anything salty because I really like salty things, and I really like sweet and salty things. Like, one of my favorite things to do is to take popcorn and mix it with M&Ms. I love that. I don't know why, I just do. Whenever I watch a movie in the theaters and I smell popcorn, I automatically like want to get a little container of popcorn and dump M&Ms in it. I just love the sweet and salty goodness. So sushi, dessert, any dessert basically. I love chocolate. I'm gonna say sushi, chocolate, and salty treats. Question number 6. What quote/phrase do you live your life by? Okay, I don't really live my life by this quote, but it's something that I try to live up to. It's impossible because no one's perfect, but I think this is a really great quote, and I believe it's from Eleanor Roosevelt, but I'm not sure on that, but I think it is. It goes like this. No, I'm going backwards here. Small minds discuss people, average minds discuss events, and great minds discuss ideas. I think that quote is so true, and I try to live by it, but I mean, it's impossible to have every conversation in your life revolve around ideas, but I think it's something that we should all kind of keep in the back of our minds, because I think too often we get wrapped up in petty conversations, and we could really be talking about things that are more productive and more creative. Number 7, what do you like and dislike about the YouTube community? Well, first of all, I love that I have a platform to express something that I absolutely love, and to be able to interact with you guys and get feedback from all of you. It's absolutely amazing. Like, I can't explain how much fun it is. And then also the friendships that I have gained through YouTube, like Fleur, like real friendships that, you know, exist outside of YouTube. And it's like, I always say this, if you had asked me over a year ago, like before I started making YouTube videos, what I thought about making friends through the internet, I would have looked at you and said, are you crazy? No way. But now I've realized that real friendships can really develop through the internet, and it's an amazing thing. You still have to be careful though, but I think with YouTube, it's a little bit easier to make friendships because you can actually see the person, so you know what they look like. But then a negative thing about the YouTube community, I guess there's always the mean comments thing, even though that doesn't really get to me too much, because I always say, when people ask me how I deal with mean comments, I say I always just put things into perspective, and I understand that not everyone can relate to this situation, but when I see a mean comment, I'll just think about the worst time in my entire life, the most painful thing that I've ever had to go through, which was losing my father at 17. He passed away. And that was really hard for me because he was like my best friend. We were very close, and it was something that happened very suddenly, and it was very unexpected. And when I compared that time to a mean comment, you can't really compare those situations because you just can't. And I always just tell myself, if I was able to get through a time like that in my life, then a mean comment really is nothing, and it just kind of rolls down my back, and I really don't think about them too much. And I think that's kind of how you have to go about things. There are always going to be people who disagree with you and people who are just going to be flat out mean. So you can't let that rule your life, and you have to be secure with who you are as a person and know who you are. And I think that also helps you get through mean comments. At least that's how it is for me. One positive thing that did come out of that hard time in my life is the security I have as a person. I know who I am, and I'm secure with who I am. Question number 8. What's your number 1 most listened to song on iTunes? It is, let me think. It is Let Go by Frou Frou. I love, love, love that song. I've listened to it so much, and it's one of those songs that, I don't know, it just makes me feel good, and I always listen to it when I travel. I don't know why. It just kind of is like one of those songs that makes me really happy, and when I'm traveling, it just gets me really excited for wherever I'm going, and I've listened to that song way too much, but I absolutely love it. And I'll put the link for that song down below if you guys haven't heard it yet, but I love that song. Question number 9. What kind of style would you define yourself as having? Let's see. Well, right now, I guess I have a pretty casual style going on, but for the most part, I'm a really casual person. I will not wear something if it's not comfortable, so comfort is a main element for me as far as style goes, but I guess I would describe my style as girly, feminine, romantic, and I also like sleek and modern looks too, so sometimes I'll be like in all black and kind of like more sleek and modern, and then on the flip side, I really like things that are girly and romantic with like soft colors and ruffles and stuff like that. So I kind of flip-flop and go both ways. Question number 10, favorite number. Well, ironically, my favorite number is actually 10. And for a number of different reasons, actually. And I think it's a good thing that I explained this whole synesthesia thing to you guys, because if I had just said, I like the color of number 10, you guys would probably be thinking, what are you talking about? But in my mind, number 10 is a really pleasing color to me. It's a blue color, and blue is my favorite color, cerulean blue. So that is what number 10 looks like in my mind. So that's one reason why I like number 10. Also, I just like how number 10 looks when you write it down. I just like how it looks. I like how it sounds. I like how it's an even number. I like how it's the first 2-digit number. And yeah, when I turned 10, that was like a huge thing for me. I never wanted to be any other age except 10. When I turned 11, it was like devastating for me. I know that sounds so weird, but I really just wanted to stay 10 forever. Question number 11, 2 hobbies. Well, aside from YouTube, because I feel like YouTube has become so much more than a hobby for me, it's just like so much more meaningful to me. Aside from YouTube, I really like drawing, writing, and reading, and swimming. So those are 4 different hobbies. Oh, and I really like watching movies, even though I don't have like a lot of time to watch movies, but I really like watching movies. Question number 12, 2 pet peeves. Well, I actually did a whole video on my pet peeves that's on this channel, so if you guys want to see some of my pet peeves, you can go and watch that video. But definitely my number 1 pet peeve is people who smack when they eat. That just drives me up the wall. I cannot stand it. Also, flaky people. I don't like flaky people. That just kind of gets under my skin, and it hurts my feelings too. Like when you plan something and somebody just cancels on you at the last minute and they don't have a good excuse at all, and you can just kind of tell that they're just flaking on you because they don't want to go anymore, that is something that bothers me. And then also, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but people who can't make up their minds, like if you are with somebody else or in a group and you're collectively trying to decide what to do, and you can't figure something out and everybody's just kind of like, well, I don't care what we do, and then somebody suggests something and then all of a sudden they have an opinion and they're like, oh, well, I don't want to do that. That really bothers me too, because if you don't care about what we do, then you should be okay with any suggestion that comes along, and it just kind of slows down the whole decision-making process. And then last but not least, question number 13, guilty pleasure. This one's kind of a hard one because I don't know if I really have any guilty pleasure. I'm sure I do, I just can't think of any off the top of my head. I'm just gonna say blasting Thai pop music in my car because I love Thai pop music. I'm half Thai, so I can, for the most part, understand Thai pop songs because I can understand Thai. I can't really speak Thai that well, but I can understand the gist of the songs. And I just like how Thai pop music sounds. I don't know why, I just do. So my friends always think it's a little bit weird when they get in my car and I forget to like turn off the CD player or turn it down. And when I turn on my car, they're just like blasted with Thai pop music. They're just kind of like, okay, Ingrid. Or if I have my windows down and I'm stopped at a light and there are people next to me or people that are like waiting to cross the street, they'll kind of look at me like, what is she listening to? So that is it for this tag, and I tag all of you to do this tag if you feel like it. Feel free to post it as a video response. And I guess I have studying to do, so I am gonna go off and study. Woohoo! So I will see you guys later, and I hope you are all having a really great day. Bye.